And we're live with Lunch Break Live. Sorsha, take it away.
Hi. Okay, so today we are going to be making rainbow spring rolls in honor of spring coming, even though it may be snowing where you are and cold, but just to celebrate the colors, we're going to make rainbow spring rolls with this really, really yummy low-fat ginger peanut sauce. And I know I said low-fat, but you'll see why. So we're going to start with the spring roll wrappers, and I just got these from Whole Foods. I mean, you can get them anywhere, and it's just like rice and salt, and like that's it. It's so simple, and all you have to do is just dip it in some water. I have a plate. Since it's like big, it's kind of hard to like put in a bowl, so I have a plate here that I am just going to get the rice paper wet so that it's like malleable. And I'm so excited because you can add like a ton of different things to this. It doesn't have to be like simple. It doesn't have to be rainbow either. I realized that I forgot purple cabbage, and I thought that would have been really, really good with it. But I have like a whole plethora of all these different vegetables, and I have tofu that I actually marinated in coconut aminos, and then I put it in the I put in some arrowroot starch, arrowroot flour, and then I put it in the oven, and it just like made these little things, and they're so good. Like you can just eat them by themselves, but you could also, I thought of this, you could add any kind of like vegan chicken. You can add like daring chicken, like the original, and it would be so good with like all the vegetables and stuff like that. So on here, I have just some plain white rice noodles, like super thin, and I have some butter lettuce. You can also use romaine, but I really love butter lettuce. I'm such a fan of it. And I have some shredded carrots that I bought like pre-shredded in the bag because they're super affordable for like already chopped up vegetables, and also it just makes it so much easier. And I have some yellow bell pepper. I'm gonna put some green bell pepper. I feel like I'm gonna like overfill it, but we'll see. And then some cucumber as well. And this is like one of my favorite things to add to the spring rolls are some fresh mint. It's so good. If you haven't tried it, I highly recommend. I know it might sound a little weird, but it is so good. And now I'm just going to roll these up so that it makes kind of like a little burrito. They're kind of messy. You kind of have to get like the hang of them. Especially, I haven't made these in like so long, but I absolutely love them. And you just get the hang of like rolling them and stuff like that. But yeah, this will make about, with this package, it says 14 to 16 sheets. Apparently they're not fully sure how many are in a pack. And also I do have avocado as well. So you can add avocado. There's just so many different things that you can do with these. And you just like throw everything in there. I don't know if anyone else has any suggestions on like what else you could add. This is kind of almost a perfect avocado. But yeah, I love to make these because they're so versatile, and they're colorful, and they're good. And then you can also make them like more hearty with like the tofu, or with like any kind of like vegan chicken or anything like that. So I'm just letting the other rice paper soak in there so it can soften and get ready for the next one.
Ah, you know what might be fun to add too? Might be a little seaweed. I was just thinking that, like, right?
Yes.
Ooh,
That
for
would be
some mimosa.
delicious. Oh my goodness. I've never done that before. I love that idea.
Okay, y'all, if you have not checked out Sorsha, you have to head over to her socials. Sorsha Morava. It's so easy. Her name's up there, and you will find all of her fun TikToks and her Instagram posts, her reels, and everything else that she offers. Wow, wow, wow. Now, do you soak these noodles?
You know, I actually just boiled them. I was kind of afraid to boil them because they are so thin. I got them from the Asian market, so they're super, super thin, and I was kind of afraid to boil them because I was like, they're just gonna disintegrate. But luckily, they didn't. And you just boil them for like a few minutes, and they're perfect.
Okay, we have a couple of questions here. What are those sheets called again? That was one. And then When it comes to those sheets, do they harden after making them?
So they come really hard, but they're very fragile. They're just called spring roll wrappers. They're Vietnamese rice pancakes for spring rolls. And they don't necessarily harden, like, which is perfect. So it's easy to eat. They just kind of stay a kind of like gooey texture, but like together, kind of sticky. And they're really good. They just have like salt in them. It's just like salt and rice. So it's super simple, but it doesn't take away from like the flavor of all these amazing things that you're going to put in the spring rolls. So I just love
Love
them so
it. I
much.
love how you can customize. Now, if you have children out there, anyone who's watching, imagine setting up a little station where your children can also help make these. Gotta love it. And or your entire family or anyone who's coming over. Those are so cute. Now, do you cut them in half or do you keep them whole like that?
I cut them in half because they're so much prettier and like, you'll get the hang of it. I haven't made these in like so long, but you get the hang of like making them when they're just, they're a little wonky in the beginning, but then after a while you'll get the hang of it and they'll just be nice and neat. But I love cutting them in half because then you can see the inside and it makes it Instagram worthy.
I was thinking sprouts as well. I picked up some sprouts, and those sesame ones are so delicious, or the broccoli sprouts.
Yes.
Mm.
Oh my goodness. I
So
love
how long?
alfalfa.
Oh yeah, the alfalfa. So how long do you soak the wrapper in water, and how deep is the water there? Can you show us the plate?
Yeah. So the plate it's not very deep. You don't need much, but obviously it's a plate that kind of has like a little bit of like a lip here so that it catches the water and it doesn't completely like fall apart, spill. And I just soak it for about like 30 seconds or so.
Okay, and then we have the question, do you flavor them? And I know that you said you're going to be creating a savory ginger peanut sauce. That's coming up, but do you
Yeah, I
flavor
need to get to
them?
Um, no, I don't really flavor these. I mean, I also even like just dipping them in plain like coconut aminos or soy sauce. So that like these flavors are really like highlighted and nothing takes away from them. But we're gonna get to the ginger peanut sauce in a second because it is so good and it just like levels it up and it makes it more hearty and more filling and satisfying. And I love it so much.
Okay, Tom wants to add in that he would add maybe a Napa raw cabbage to these. Ooh.
So good. Yeah, I thought of a purple cabbage because then it would make it like a full rainbow, but I
Mm.
totally forgot, but that would be so good.
Okay, and then Betty Ann brought up that she makes the rice paper into mock bacon. What?
Yes, I've heard of that. I've always wanted to do that. So maybe I'm gonna have to pick up some more rice paper to do that because I've seen people do it and people like rave about it.
Oh, I love it. Sounds like a challenge. You love a good challenge.
I'm up for it. I added some cilantro too. You can
Oh,
add everything.
fantastic. I love it. Great. So these are so fast and easy, everybody. And again, eating the rainbow is so essential. Got a ton of nutrients in there with all those
Mhm.
veggies and those tofu squares. Again, how did you make
Feel
those
better.
tofu? Yeah, those are gorgeous. How'd you
So
do?
I just
Mhm.
cut them in these like long strips and I soaked them, marinated them in some coconut aminos. You can also use soy sauce or whatever you want to use that's like that. And then I just rolled them in some arrowroot flour and then I baked them at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about like 15 minutes. I just kept checking on it. And then I flipped them over and then baked them for another like 10 minutes and they're perfect. They're so good. They're delicious.
Okay. Tom says you can add jalapenos and make them spicy firecrackers.
Ooh, that would be good. I can't handle like spice. I just can't, but I'm probably gonna have to try that sometime. Okay, now on to the ginger peanut sauce. So this is really, really good. I mean, the ginger is optional. A lot of these ingredients are optional, but the ginger just like levels it up. So I grated some fresh ginger in this bowl, and now I am going to add some powdered peanut butter. Now this is what makes it low fat, because usually like peanut sauces are higher in fat, and I like to keep my fats lower since I eat like really high carb. And I just love this powdered peanut butter so much. I get it from a local grocery store. It's not like that local. They're like branching out, but I don't think they're in California, unfortunately. They're called Natural Grocers, and they have their own brand of powdered peanut butter that is free of like salt or sugar, because a lot of the times with powdered peanut butters, they have that stuff added in. Nothing like crazy, but it's just like if you want to like change it up, it makes it kind of hard because it has that added salt or sugar in it. But this is just really, really plain. And let me get a measuring spoon so I can get the powdered peanut butter. So I'm just gonna put in about like a tablespoon. You can eye it and you can make it like as thick as you want, but this is what it looks like, and it's so good. I go through this powdered peanut butter like crazy. I'm obsessed with it. And then you can add in some coconut aminos. I love this brand so much, from Coconut Secret. And this is like an alternative to soy sauce and stuff like that. It's gluten-free, it's non-GMO, no MSG, and of course it's vegan. And it's made with coconut tree sap, which is so cool. So I'm just gonna eyeball this. When it comes to the recipe, if you guys want to see the recipe online, I will measure everything out and get it perfect. But of course, you can just change it up and make it to how you want it with the consistency and the flavors and all that kind of stuff. So the next thing that I'm going to add is also from the same brand, Coconut Secret, and it is the Coconut Aminos soy-free Korean red chili paste. This stuff is so good. I used it for another recipe like a month or so ago, but I totally forgot what I used it for. But I love it so much. I'm gonna put like about like a teaspoon in there.
Okay, so the question is, Sorsha, why is it that you prefer the powdered peanut butter over the regular?
So I like the powdered peanut butter because it's lower in fat, and for me, I like to keep my fats low because I like to eat a lot of fruit and high carb and stuff like that. And sometimes I've noticed like fat can break me out, and so I try to avoid it as much as possible. I mean, of course, you can use just like the regular peanut butter. I would use like chunky peanut butter. I think that would be so good. But I just love this if you want to make it low fat. And then I'm going to add some maple syrup. You can also add coconut sugar as well, but since it's powdered peanut butter, so it's kind of dry, I'm going to add the maple syrup. And I'm probably going to do like another teaspoon of this. The sauce is so good. And like I said, you can change up the consistency as well. And can like add whatever you want to it. I also like to add some lime as well. So I have some fresh lime right here. I'm just gonna squeeze into the sauce.
I just want to remind everybody, you're going to find this recipe and thousands of others on Unchained TV. You can head over to our website, UnchainedTV.com, and tap Watch Now to go to the streaming service. Also, download the app. You want to download that app so it's on your phone. You can also get it through multiple streaming services. So just so excited to share with you Unchained TV and Sorsha. Oh my goodness. Wow, I love the combination that you put into this sauce. Remind us what's in there again.
Okay, so I started off with some freshly grated ginger. You can also use powdered if you'd like. And then I added in some powdered peanut butter. You can also add in regular peanut butter. I think chunky would be really, really good. And then I added in some coconut aminos, which is a great alternative to soy sauce. And this is gluten-free, and you can also use soy sauce if you'd like. This has coconut tree sap in it, which is really, really cool. And then I added in some Korean red chili paste. You can add in like whatever kind of chili paste that you like, but this is also from the same brand as the coconut aminos, Coconut Secret. And then I added in some maple syrup. You can add coconut sugar or whatever preferred sweetener that you would like, date paste, whatever you please. But I really like the maple syrup, especially because the peanut butter is powdered, so it's a little dry. So the maple syrup kind of adds a little bit more of a liquid quality to it. And then I added half of a freshly squeezed lime. And the consistency you can kind of play with. I feel like I like it a little thicker because it makes it less messy and like when you dip and stuff like that. So I'm gonna add in just a little more powdered peanut butter.
And then Tom has a very practical question. Do you use a micrograter to grate your ginger?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, actually, yeah, I use this to grate my ginger. Just got it from Bed Bath & Beyond, and I love it. I make ginger water in the morning as well, so it gets used like every single day. Ginger's like a big thing in my life.
I love it. Hey, what is your message for those out there in the world that are concerned about the climate, especially youthful folks like yourself?
Yeah, well, I think, one of the most easiest ways that we can help the planet and help the environment is to switch to eating plants because it's something that we do every single day. It's not something that we have to go out of our way to do or make happen or purchase or anything like that. It's something that we do about 3 times a day. And if we made those choices to choose plant-based vegan options, it would make a world of difference. And if you want to see the difference in the world, start with yourself, and it will make a huge difference for everyone. And you can inspire other people, and you can eat amazing foods like this. Like seriously, look at these colors. I'm obsessed. I love this stuff so much. And also I've noticed that since going vegan, I eat way more of a variety of foods than I did before I was vegan. Like before I was eating like the same foods, I still kind of like keep up with that consistency, but I have so much more of an array of flavors, and I've like discovered new like fruits and vegetables and herbs and different potatoes and all these different combinations of foods. So it just like opens up you to this whole new world. So not only are you benefiting the planet and the animals, you are also just enriching your life overall.
Amazing, incredible. Everybody is just commenting how fun, how fantastic these look, and how easy they are to make. Also, Betty Ann said the
So
tool that
easy.
you use is called the microplane. Okay, good to know. Good to know.
I had no idea. I
And
just said like the grater.
perfect. Now we know the official title. All right, what's next?
So next, I'm just going to keep wrapping them and keep going until I make a better one than the last one that I made. But that comment about the cabbage is such a good idea because it really is missing purple. I have like all the other colors of the rainbow, except for blue. But I'm missing that purple, and the cabbage would be so good in there.
Can you show us the bowl of vegetables again? Because people, are coming and going. So we just want them to
Goodness,
see
I'm
the gorgeous
obsessed. It's
picture.
so pretty.
Yeah.
So I have all these different bell peppers that I just chopped up. All the vegetables are chopped up like vertically so that it fits perfectly in the spring rolls. And I love it so much. I love bell peppers. I recently got into snacking on those little mini bell peppers. Like I go through a bag a week, and it's just like amped up my vegetable intake, and I love them so much. They're so colorful and pretty.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Well, I got to tell everybody, oh, whoops, we got that little corner there. That happens, right? You just incorporate it.
Yeah. They're
You-
very, very delicate.
yeah. And then so you use that as a dipping sauce, right? You don't put it into
Yes.
the creation of it. Okay. Good to know.
You could, but I think it's a lot neater to have it as a dipping sauce.
Okay. Good to
It's
know.
less messy.
Less messy. All right. Well, we're so excited that you're here and you're being invited back multiple times. So exciting. I want to let everybody,
So
if you
fun.
search on UnChainedTV.com, you will see Sorsha's previous shows with us on Lunch Break Live. You definitely want to head over to her social media, see what she offers. She's so much fun and she's funny. She's funny, y'all. So head over there and see the content that she's creating over on the other socials. And look at the avocado. That really is quite a perfect avocado. And you're in Colorado. You were able to get that perfect avocado. I am very happy about that for you.
I know, and especially, I just realized this morning about there's like the avocado shortage that's gonna like happen, which is really sad. This might be the last avocado that I have for a while.
Yeah. Well, we'll keep our chin up and we'll keep creating things so beautifully like this. Let's show everybody up close and personal one of those, and then we'll let you go while you're still creating.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. And we're so excited.
Cut one in half for you guys.
Ooh, so we can cut it in half as well. And yeah, everybody, we're going to get this recipe up as soon as possible. And
so
look,
pretty.
Gorgeous.
Means that purple cabbage, but it is so pretty.
Amazing. All right. Fantastic. I think she's going to show us the entire plate. Very excited. Betty Ann says she's definitely going to go check you out. Tom says this is amazing, looks amazing. And we also have a couple other friends in here watching with us today. Hello, Gabriella. And let's see, these are folks who are chiming in. We just invite you to share this out, share this content with your friends, those that are curious. Hi, Stephanie. Curious about plant-based, how to get more plants on their plate. Welcome, Leanne. And Chelsea as well is watching. All the way from Portland, Oregon. And this is global. We are a global network. We bring people into the kitchen on a daily basis, 12:30 to 1 o'clock and Pacific time. And you can share this at any time. And then we'll be looking for this delicious recipe on our website soon.
Look at that.
Definitely. And thanks everybody for watching us here on Lunch Break Live. Back to you.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.